Welcome back to the 9 and our first zip trip of the summer season, where we are focused in on the East Bay region of the beautiful Bay Area. Behind us, the Oakland estuary. So much out there in the East Bay, so many little hidden gems.
Right. And of course, we all know Oakland, right? We all know, let's say, Moraga. But do you know what is between Oakland and Moraga? I've been lucky enough to take a couple windy little roads that take you the back way. You skip the Caldecott tunnel mess. Let's talk to KTVU's Frank Mallicoat. You're super familiar with the La Marinda area. I think you grew up there, right? But there's a little tiny town, essentially a stone's throw from where you are, not a lot of people know about.
And that would be Canyon. Good morning, Garcia. Hi, Mike. Happy Friday, one and all. We're on a hilltop here in Lafayette, and behind me, the city of Lafayette. And over those hills is the small town of Canyon, right outside of Moraga. Now, years ago, it was a bustling lumber town, and a lot of the redwoods harvested in Canyon actually helped to build the Bay Area. But times have changed. It is now quiet and quaint, and if you talk to the residents of Canyon, they're okay with that. It sits on the eastern slope of the Oakland Hills and just a few miles east of Moraga, draped in massive redwoods and features some of the best views in the Bay Area. The town of Canyon is thriving. This 1850s logging town is now home to 300 plus that enjoy a simpler way of life.
Any community with trees is special and beautiful, so you're in a fabulous, fairly unusual forest, and then you've got this tradition of a tiny town of what's jokingly been called a tight-knit community of rugged individualists.
Esperanza Pratt would know. She and her 8 siblings moved to Canyon in 1970. She's a graduate of the Canyon School, which teaches K through 8th grade. The former teacher and current vice president of the school board says their mantra is simple: one school, 72 students, and 10,000 redwoods. A perfect place to learn and grow in a natural setting.
They have probably at our institution a little bit more voice and a little bit more choice. The state guidelines are a foundation, but we are committed to using the creek as a natural living lab, so you have an emphasis on outdoor education and on science learning and science integration.
If you've never heard of Canyon, you're not alone. In fact, just 3 miles down this road is the town of Moraga, and a lot of people there have never stepped foot in Canyon.
It's just a beautiful little place that nobody knows about.
And folks in Canyon are okay with that. They enjoy their privacy. Over 80 homes dot the hillside and are easy to miss. The residential roads are private and have clever names. The homes are rustic and in some cases out of this world. Meanwhile, the real world is just miles away, but you would never know.
Because we're unincorporated, you don't see a city limits. You do see a sign that says Canyon 1 mile or something like that, but you could drive past the school and the post office and not know what they are.
That's right. Canyon has a post office. Welcome to the 94516, All Canyon. It also serves as a community meeting place, complete with a flea market free bench and a redwood bulletin board. The post office keeps them connected in a town where everybody knows your name.
When we rebuilt the school in the early 90s, it was, there goes my brother Jeff.
Well, there you go. If you're not family, you are probably a good friend because everyone knows everybody if you live in Canyon. One last factoid to throw your way. Back in the 60s and early 70s, there was a bit of a counterculture, some might call them hippies, that lived in Canyon. In fact, Country Joe and the Fish of Woodstock fame and the Youngbloods actually played in a benefit concert at the Canyon School in the late 60s. So there you go. Certainly
cool.
Worth a visit, even if you're just passing through. That's the latest. I'm Frank Mallicoat, guys. Back to you.
Absolutely. And can I just tell you, it is a 2 hands on the wheel kind of drive when you get out there. It's really windy, all these gorgeous trees on either side, but it's a definitely, focus on the road situation.
Look at that knowledge by Frank there on the music.
Yeah, that was I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Okay.